Ever feel like, man, my internet bill just keeps going up, but the service, it never seems to get any better, you know? Or maybe you've been somewhere. You know that feeling when reliable internet, it's like a luxury, not a given. Well, get this. Today we're diving into something that might just change the game. It's called Wayru. They're building a totally different kind of internet. We're going to unpack exactly how and why you should even care.
I think what's really fascinating about Wayru is that they're tackling this problem. It's huge. It affects billions of people. It's that lack of affordable, reliable internet. And, it's easy to think, oh, streaming my shows. But it's bigger than that, right? It's about connecting to opportunity, to education, to each other.
Right. It's like we take it for granted now, but huge parts of the world.
Yeah.
The internet's either way too expensive, super unreliable, or just gone. Poof.
Yeah.
So how's Wayru going to solve this whole digital divide thing? I was reading their white paper. They mentioned a decentralized network. Honestly, sounds kind of intimidating. What even IS that?
Okay, picture this. Right now, you're probably stuck with, one big company for your internet, right? Wayru says, nope. They want to give communities the power to create their own internet setup, owned and run by the people using it. How cool is that?
So wait, instead of like Comcast or whoever, it's more like a network of my neighbors sharing.
Exactly. That Wi-Fi router you got at home, boom, that can be a hotspot. Someone down the street, maybe they set up a stronger signal from their building. Part of the network, too. And get this, Wayru even works with other tech, like if you have satellite or fiber optic, to reach even further.
Okay. I'm picturing a small town, right? Totally ignored by the big internet companies. How does Wayru actually get them online?
See, that's where Wayru being flexible is so cool. They can use different types of technology to make that first connection. Maybe it's a satellite link, maybe it's long-range Wi-Fi. But once they have that link, that community, they can start building their local network of hotspots. It grows bit by bit, expanding coverage, making it stronger over time.
So it starts small, but the idea is more people join, the whole thing grows organically.
Exactly. It's about empowering them. They take control of their internet. They build something that fits their needs and how they get people to participate. Genius, really.
Right. Let's have it. Is this where their cryptocurrency comes in?
Yeah.
The way are you?
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. But hold on. It's bigger than just some digital coin, okay? Think of Wayru as like the fuel for this whole Wayru world.
Okay, so how does this fuel actually work in the real world?
It's all about sharing, creating a whole sharing system around internet access. Say you're on Wayru, right? Your neighbor, they need to get online. They can pay you directly in Wayru for a little slice of your bandwidth.
Hold on. So instead of some corporation getting rich, I'm actually supporting my neighbor, keeping things local. I like that. But here's the thing. What's to stop someone from using like some ancient router they have and calling it a day? How do you make sure it's good quality?
See, that's where the node tiering system comes in. So Wayru is always checking the quality of every hotspot on their network. They look at how often it's online, how fast the connection is, even get feedback from people using it.
So it's like ratings for hotspots. The better your connection, the more stereos you can get.
You got it. It motivates people, right? Invest in better equipment, make sure their connection is top-notch. Smart, huh?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So we got community-owned, we got a built-in reward system. On the surface, pretty neat. But I gotta ask, what's the real advantage here? For everyday people like me.
I'll tell you. First off, internet could get way more affordable. No more middleman. You're sharing the cost directly with your community.
That is huge, especially with how internet prices just keep skyrocketing.
And it's not just about the money. Remember we were talking about how Wayru is decentralized? That makes the whole network super resilient. Like with a regular internet company, cable goes out, boom, whole neighborhood's offline. But with Wayru, one hotspot goes down, network automatically reroutes, uses other nodes, you're back online in no time.
It's like having a backup internet built right in. That's really cool.
And because it's decentralized, harder to censor, harder to control by one single entity, this is where it gets really interesting. Wayru uses blockchain to make this all happen.
Knew you were going to say blockchain.
What?
Seems like everything's using blockchain these days. I'll admit, still a little fuzzy on what it is, how it applies here.
You're not alone. It's one of those things that can be tough to wrap your head around, yeah. Basically, at its core, blockchain is like a digital ledger spread out over a ton of computers. Imagine a public record book. Anyone can look at it, make sure it's legit. But here's the kicker. No one can mess with it. No changing the records.
So instead of like trusting one company to keep track of everything. It's more like a whole network double-checking, making sure everything is on the up and up.
Yeah, exactly. Think about what that means for security, for transparency. Like with Wayru, you can actually see how they're using the network, where your data's going, how those rewards are being handed out. No more shady stuff happening in the background.
Okay, I can see how that'd be reassuring, especially these days. Who trusts anything online anymore? But how does all this blockchain stuff actually make my internet better day to day?
Well, we talked about it being cheaper and more reliable, right? But imagine, like really imagine, your online life, truly yours. Blockchain means Wayru can keep your data locked down tight. You get to decide what you share, who you share it with, no one else.
So it's like taking back control. I like the sound of that. Blockchain aside for a sec, though, I keep thinking about how Wayru could connect people who are totally left out right now. Any real-world examples of that?
Oh, absolutely. Think about remote communities. Places where the internet we're used to, it just doesn't reach or it's way too expensive. Wayru could bridge that gap. Suddenly you're talking online education, telehealth, even economic opportunities that just weren't possible before.
Almost like they're skipping over the old tech, jumping right to a future that's fairer, more accessible for everyone.
Yeah. And even in places where we think, oh, everyone's online, that's not true. Wayru could help folks in cities who get left behind, rural areas too. It levels the playing field.
It's pretty amazing when you think about the ripple effects. More education, that's new generations of thinkers, creators, people building businesses. It can change everything.
For sure. And it's not just individual people either. Think about a community coming together to build their own internet. That creates a bond, right? Shared ownership, shared responsibility, really powerful stuff.
Kind of like way back when the internet was new. Everyone working together, excited about the possibilities. This feels like that, but on a global scale.
Here's another thought, though. What if Wayru could change how we even use the internet? Right now, it's all these big companies tracking us, taking our data, throwing ads at us.
Don't even get me started on those ads. It's freaky how well they know me sometimes.
Right. But Wayru says we can do this differently, decentralized. People have control over their data, their experience.
So, more funny cat videos, less creepy ads, I'm sold. But no, really, the possibilities are huge. Feels like we're on the edge of something big here.
It's an exciting time for sure. Gotta be realistic though, building a whole new internet, that's a massive undertaking. There are gonna be challenges along the way.
Like what? What kind of roadblocks could Wayru hit?
Well, think about it. Can they keep it affordable as more and more people join? That's huge. And blockchain, yeah, it's secure, but it's also new. How do you make decisions when everyone's in charge?
Like herding cats, right. Getting all these different parts to work together, agree on stuff.
Yeah, exactly. These are big, complicated questions, and Wayru's going to have to figure them out as they go. And look, tech is amazing, but it's not magic. They'll need governments to cooperate, people to actually use it, and of course, that whole community, they got to stay involved.
Sounds like a tightrope walk, pushing the limits of what's possible with tech, but also figuring out how people and systems need to adapt.
That's a great way to put it, and honestly, that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating to watch.
So someone's listening, right? And they're thinking, all right, this Wayru thing, it's pretty cool, but what can I actually do? What would you tell them?
Well, for now, Wayru's main focus is growing that network. Partnerships, finding the right places to set things up, working with communities, businesses, even governments to get those first hotspots up and running, getting the internet to places that need it most.
So it's about building the foundation one connection at a time for a truly global, community-owned internet. Ambitious.
Totally. But that doesn't mean people can't be involved right now. Wayru's got an awesome online community. Go to their website, check it out, join the conversation. It's all there.
Learn, spread the word, and be ready for when you can plug your own little part of the world into this new kind of internet.
And that's what's so cool about Wayru. It's not just a company. It's a movement. And movements, they're built by people who want something better.
As we've been talking about this, I realize it's easy to forget. The internet's still pretty new when you think about it. We're still figuring out what it can really do.
Exactly. And that's why these conversations matter. We're not just talking about, oh, faster downloads or paying less for data. This is different. This is about rebuilding the whole idea of the internet, making it open to everyone, making it fair, and in the end, making it something that actually helps humanity. That's the goal.
It's about, like you said, taking back control, giving power back to the people, building a future where the internet isn't, scary, a future where it actually makes things better.
Here's something to chew on. What if, instead of just watching stuff online all the time, we all had the chance to create, to build things, come up with new ideas, work together, all on a level playing field? What if the next big app, the cure for a disease, some amazing movement that changes the world? What if it came from a community that finally had the tools, the resources because of the internet?
Now that's a future I want to be a part of. This whole deep dive into Wayru, it's been pretty eye-opening, I'm not going to lie. They're onto something big, and I can't wait to see what they do next. So to everyone listening, stay curious, keep asking questions, and let's keep working towards that better, more connected world.